Now from the windy city of Chicago, there's a beautiful look at fabled Wrigley Field. Tonight, the second of 4 between the Colorado Rockies and the Chicago Cubs. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Gerardo Parra heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
Gerardo Parra.
Plays it first here.
Ripped down the first base line. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
Well, first pitch of the game, a lot of guys on the mound are thinking, all right, let's just get ahead here with the fastball. But he was having none of it at the plate. Drives this one for a solid single to start things out.
Stepping in, Michael Taylor. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Hey, let's roll 2, huh?
Hey, we got no one here.
Here's the first pitch to him. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. EK, as we look at the Cubs entering play here tonight, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Always important to play good baseball in front of the home crowd, and they were fortunate to get this series off on the right foot in Game 1. They'll hope to continue their winning ways here in Game number 2.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. And a moment now to peek at the Rockies starting lineup. Who are you focused on, EK?
Well, guys, as this game moves along, keep an eye on Gerardo Parra. He doesn't let the pressure of the big moment get to him. He knows how to stay within himself and come through in the clutch.
Paul Goldschmidt will get his first opportunity here, currently leading the league in 2 of the 3 Triple Crown categories. And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball 1. Runner at first here, 1 man out.
Hey, double him up. Let's go.
Not close. It's 2-0.
And that fastball of his definitely catches your attention. I mean, especially when it's on the inner half.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Hit hard back up the middle. And that's through for a hit. Now a long throw to third. And Kemp's throw comes in too late. He's in there at third.
Yeah, really not a bad pitch when you look at it. This is at the knees with some movement. He just uses the center of the diamond and checks in here with a base hit.
First pitch on its way. Carlos Gonzalez comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night.
Hey, now
they had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
Now the 0-1. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1.
Oof. That high fastball is definitely a pitch guys will pop up, and that's what he's looking for on the mound. So that's good restraint to hold back and not swing.
And that fastball's too much for him there. 1-2.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third. And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, Anthony Rizzo is really the centerpiece for this Cubs ball club. Offensively, we know what he does. But defensively, he really holds this infield together. Very fluid over at first base, good soft hands, and has a good throwing arm as well.
Trying to escape unscathed here in the first. And no problem over there at first as he flags this one down to end the inning. 2 left for Colorado. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Asdrubal Cabrera will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night.
Cabrera.
Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. One away.
Batting seventh, third baseman number 3.
Adeiny Echeverria will stand in, and as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against the southpaws than he does against right-handers. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Clyde Washington.
Yeah, Matt, Clyde has a bit of a reputation for rewarding pitchers that pound the bottom of the zone. Calls the game well, but we might see some strike calls below the zone that hitters aren't going to be too happy with.
Hot shot toward third, and that's into the outfield for a one-out hit. Around first, heading for second now.
Hey, here we go, here we go.
And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a one-out double.
Batting eighth,
Mike Bolsinger stands in as the batter now, and with the runner already in scoring position and one away, he likely won't be bunting here.
Yeah, there's not too much reason to give up an out just to move him over to third. No outs would be a whole different story, obviously.
And he falls behind 0-2.
Gotta hold him. Let's
He's
go.
ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Grounded back up the middle. On to first, and the throw goes right by him. And now this ball's going to wind up out of play, and that'll compound matters even further.
And remember here, on a ball that's out of play, the rule states that a runner gets the base he was running to plus one more. So that's going to allow him to come all the way in to score.
Stepping in now, Tom Murphy. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. Here's a guy who could use a 3 for 4. He's got that batting average still down in the 190s. 7 homers and 19 driven in.
We got one here. We got one.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the second out.
If you want to see a guy get blown away at the plate, this is just one finger down 3 times in a row. He was just overmatched there.
In is Gerardo Parra. A little bouncer. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Rockies forced to settle for 1. On now to the bottom of the second. It's the Michael Taylor is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
center fielder, number 4, Michael Taylor.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Now that he's fully loose out there, you can see he's getting a little more zip on that fastball than he had coming out of the gate.
Not the greatest at-bat thus far as he misses that pitch in the dirt and falls behind 0-2 now.
Yeah, not his best effort right there. Luckily, he's still got another strike to turn things around.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Trying to strike him out for the second time. Fly ball heading for the alley. On the move is Hayward, but he can't get there. This splits the outfielders and heads toward the wall. And he will make it into second with a 2-base hit here to begin the third.
First baseman number
Well, this guy's been in desperate need of anything, something. Give him something positive. So this is just what the doctor ordered. It's a mistaken location, no doubt about that. And when a guy's scuffling, this is like a gift from heaven. As he jumps off.
And now, meanwhile, here's a ball headed out toward deep left center field. And this is going to clear the wall, a home run. A two-run home run off the bat of Paul Goldschmidt. 29 home runs for him on the year, and the Rockies have now taken a 3-0 lead.
Boy, I want you to check out the location of where this pitch is in the strike zone. It's up and it's right down the middle. I mean, maybe you get away with that to a 220 hitting backup catcher, but not to a guy like this.
Bases are empty here, nobody out. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Gotta like the approach right here. He's basically saying, if you're gonna beat me, you're gonna have to take it to left field, because I don't think he's gonna give this guy anything he can pull.
Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out.
Well, this is how you got to do it in this thing. If you give up a 2-run home run, you got to just move on quickly. He's still upset about it, don't get me wrong, but it's when you dwell on it that you get yourself into more trouble.
Here we go, guys.
Into the windup and the pitch. Logan Forsythe is in for his second plate appearance as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and coming right off of that strikeout, he's got to be thinking he should be ahead of this next guy. That's a tough way to fall behind.
That evens it up, 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Hit the other way out toward right field. Hayward is camped under this one, and he's got it for out number 2.
The shortstop, number 13.
As Drupal Cabrera is into the box for his second at-bat. He popped out into foul territory his first time up.
Yeah, his swing definitely broke down a little bit last time. He got way underneath the ball. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that adjustment and stay on top of the ball here.
And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball 1. Grounded to the right. Rizzo is there. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. Darren James digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Hit sharply toward the right side. And a leaping effort, but it's off his glove. And a good effort as he's able to stick with it and get the 3rd out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Still down 3-0. Adeiny Echeverria is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
And that's in there for strike 1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. And another foul ball. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Baez onto the grass. Makes the play, 1 away.
Boy, he had to go a long way into the outfield to make this play. I kept thinking he was going to get called off, but he must have kept shouting for it, so he stays with it and pulls it in.
1 out. We got 1.
Standing in now, Mike Bolsinger. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Kemp giving chase.
Mine.
He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now batting.
Tom Murphy is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
It was a pretty big strikeout, too, because he had a chance to drive in a run, so I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that missed opportunity for a little while.
And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
And that's where, if I'm pitching, I'd just pour a fastball in there. You got to figure he'd be taking to give his pitcher a second or two to get himself together over in the dugout.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. And with 2 away here, this is not the time to lose the strike zone.
Especially not to a number 9 hitter. The last thing you want to do is turn this lineup over and give these guys a shot to make something out of this inning after all.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. And this one's over at the knees, 2-1.
Yeah, you don't see 2-0 changeups too often, but if you know a good hitter's going to be sitting fastball, don't give him what he wants.
That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Gerardo Parra heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0.
Plays at 1 here.
Now a bunt attempt here, but a foul ball, 1-1.
Hey, no one down here.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch.
That's a ball.
Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Center fielder, number 4.
Michael Taylor steps in here. He'll look to keep it going after hitting a double and scoring a run last time up. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
3 runs, 5 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Grounded down the third baseline. Sliding, stopped by Jerko. Got him.
No way. That was awesome.
First baseman number 44, Paul Goldschmidt.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Paul Goldschmidt. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Oh, and guys, he absolutely hammered that pitch. I mean, you're talking about a long home run. They all count the same, but goodness gracious, was that thing hit.
Hey, 2 away now.
That's
Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now, 2-0. You still come after him now on 2-0?
I think you have to be a little careful, but yeah, I don't think you can just give up on him.
In the dirt. It's 3-0 now.
And even on 3-0, it's no given that he's going to be taken up there. We've seen him go after pitches in this spot before. He's not going to hold back.
And no messing with Goldschmidt there as he'll take first on ball 4.
Yeah, that's pretty clearly a pitch around. They didn't want any part of him. With the bases empty and 2 outs, a walk's not the worst thing in the world.
Carlos Gonzalez will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, it wasn't working. But I think if you start worrying too much about trying to avoid the hat trick or worse, it'll start becoming a mind game, and you'll start falling into some pretty bad habits.
And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. Skied into straightaway right. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. Goldschmidt around third. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Well, it's pretty evident that this is not going to be the outing that turns his fortunes around. Remember, he gave up 5 runs his last time out, and this is already 4 in this one, so it may be back to the drawing board yet again.
Logan Forsythe is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
You love to try to be able to get ahead of hitters, and he has thrown a first pitch strike about 60% of the time, but he's not throwing them in good locations, and that's why he's getting hit.
Bat explodes as this has popped up, and he'll avoid the fragments out there to make the catch that ends the inning. Rockies. And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, you see a couple of hits for him in the ball game. This one was tight throughout, but in the end...